Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rated E for Entertainment. Today is going to be my Cloverfield Paradox review, my thoughts, my review on it, as I always do with new movies coming out. And this took me a while to kind of get my thoughts on and kind of figure out what I was going to say in this review. This movie, well, let me talk about the franchise overall, the Cloverfield franchise so far. Back in 2008, I was super excited for Cloverfield. I remember watching it with my brother just multiple times over and over again, and it blew me away. I absolutely love the first Cloverfield. The monster design just looks so cool and so interesting, and just I liked the found footage style that they went for, and I liked how it was done. And I just really enjoyed it and loved that first movie. Just I had such a personal feeling connection with it. And then we got 10 Cloverfield Lane, as you can see back there. And I was absolutely ecstatic for that movie. When that movie, the first trailer came out, I was just flipping my lid. I just kept watching YouTube videos on, is it connected to Cloverfield? What's going on? And when I watched the movie, it's not very connected, but there were still hints of, it being connected to the Cloverfield universe, which I absolutely loved, and it was just a great movie overall. Now getting into Cloverfield Paradox, which released the night of the Super Bowl. They released the trailer during the Super Bowl, and they said it's going to release right after the Super Bowl. Amazing marketing for all three movies. Everybody says it. It can be said to death. Just absolutely clever and amazing marketing for these three movies. However, the movie itself. Let me just say this. I'm glad that it was on Netflix. I'm glad I didn't have to go to a theater and pay money for it. I'm glad that they released it on Netflix. That is about the one to two things I can say that I liked about this movie. This is a very bad movie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was super excited for it, as you can tell. And while I was watching this movie, I just thought to myself, I got about halfway through, I was just like, what am I watching? I stayed up this late to watch this, and it disappointed me throughout everything. Overall, it's just a bad movie with horrible writing, some very bad acting in some scenes, bad characters, very cliched characters as well. It feels like they took characters from different space movies and just plopped them in. They're not interesting. They're just kind of the same as every other space character. And it just got really annoying, and I just didn't like any of the characters. It felt like Prometheus, Alien, all those different types of space movies, just bad, really bad. It brought nothing new or cool to it. There was a cool mystery throughout the film that unravels and unravels, but other than that, the payoff was just, I don't know how I felt about it really yet. At times it just baffled me at how bad I was watching this movie. As far as it was connected to the other two movies, we have 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then Cloverfield Paradox. Cloverfield Paradox is the one that starts everything that happens in the other two movies. I believe it's in 2028, and the other two movies are when they're released. So they're three different Earths. It's different dimensions. That's how we're doing this universe. That's how everything's connected. It's different dimensions. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. I've watched the movie multiple times, and I don't know how I feel. For me personally, I like when my movies are connected fully, like for example the MCU and stuff like that. I like when my movies are connected. I don't particularly love the whole different Earths, different dimension stuff. especially for a franchise like this. Um, I don't know how I feel about, this movie being what starts everything else. For that first movie, everybody thought that, the monster was already there and it was awoken by something. But from what we're getting from this movie, apparently the monsters and the aliens from 10 Cloverfield Lane, the monster from Cloverfield, they were apparently thrown into that universe from the particle accelerator, and I don't think I like it. And then throughout the movie, we get, the whole thing with the chick's husband back on Earth. He's kind of dealing with something that we don't exactly know. I will say that my two favorite shots in the whole movie was when he was going to the hospital and you see kind of the shadow over the hospital. That's we end up learning that it's one of the Cloverfield monsters, and I absolutely love that scene. And the very ending scene where we get to see a much bigger Cloverfield monster roaring. I just wish I wanted more of monster movie. I wanted more of the first Cloverfield with bigger monsters and stuff like that. And I just didn't get that. There was some bad CG and bad effects throughout the movie. I feel like these aren't bad actors. They're just giving absolutely nothing, and they didn't do much with the material. Overall, I just didn't care for this film. The things that I liked had nothing to do with the characters in space. I'm still trying to warm up to the feeling of, the different dimensions. I'm definitely excited for the fourth one, Cloverfield Overlord, I believe it's called, and that's going to be set during, like, the World War or something like that. Excited to see what they're going to do with this franchise going forward. I feel like this is a big step back. However, it does connect to the movies. I just don't know how I feel about it just yet. But overall, it's just a bad movie. You don't need to watch it. Just look up the scenes on YouTube, really. But that's going to be it for my Cloverfield Paradox review. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram at rated_E_4_entertainment and on Twitter at rated_E1. I still have to do my Flash review from 2 weeks ago, I believe. And a couple more videos. I might do a video on Justice League and how Warner Brothers dealing with that and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for more videos coming soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one.